Here's an overlooked Tesla advantage which benefits Tesla stock. Check this out. This is Volkswagen trying to build a factory in Germany. Germans working with German laws, which obviously they would all know very well. New factory will be built in Germany. The company said that construction will begin as early as spring 2023. This means that the first cars to roll off a production line of a new electric vehicle factory will be complete by 2026, so basically 3 years. And how about Tesla, an American company that has no knowledge of the superior bureaucracy of Germany? Construction on the massive project is slated to begin in the first 3 months of 2020, with the plant expected to be up and running by the end of 2021. We all know there are always delays. First deliveries happen basically 2 years later. With Germans being so punctual and effective as a people, you would think that they would finish projects on time or maybe even early. But you see that effectiveness makes them even more effective at building effective bureaucracies that effectively delay projects even longer. You see, in other places in the world where you don't even have a bureaucracy really that's organized, like in Germany, you can sort of plow through it and fast forward the project. Not in Germany. It's too effective of a bureaucracy over there. But even in Germany, Tesla beats Volkswagen when it comes to the speed of building factories. So yeah, this YouTube channel is actually really good. I love it. Here we have Torque News reporting that the only thing that Tesla wants when it comes to building a factory in Canada, in Ontario, is fast permitting speeds. It's one thing to build a gigafactory in, super fast, maybe as fast as other Chinese companies are going to. China is a whole different place, but being able to beat other manufacturers in their home territory, such as Germans, that is impressive. And I would expect Tesla to continue to build gigafactories quickly and finish them quickly, faster than any other automakers being able to do that wherever they choose to do that, which is going to allow them to scale quickly, and that is an overlooked advantage that Tesla has. Tesla is reportedly going to expand gigafactory in Germany, and Tesla is preparing to clear about 70 hectares or 172 acres of land to make that happen. And just to give you a little bit of a perspective how big 70 hectares, how big that would be. This field that you see right here is about 1 hectare. Okay, so imagine 70 of those. This is how big of a space Tesla will be using to expand its gigafactory in Germany. Of course, competition will also build their factories. If you look at 2018, we only had $90 billion committed to electric vehicles, and now that commitment went up to $1.2 trillion, according to ARK Invest. So you would think Tesla will have competition, but will it? Let's take a look at it just quickly. And for those that think that Tesla stock is volatile and that no other big stock is also as volatile as Tesla, well, consider Amazon, that lost 20% at one moment in one single day. Well, GM, who we know last year in the fourth quarter electrified the whole industry by delivering less than 30 EVs in the whole quarter, not 30,000, like 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30 EVs, and they're pushing back their goals, now delaying them by about 6 months. That's because it hasn't been able to make batteries fast enough. Does that sound like Tesla to you? Not at all. Here's another issue that GM is having. So you know how they announce a new electric vehicle and then they sell out completely? Well, only 20% of Silverado EV reservation holders intend to purchase the vehicle, which would mean that as much as 80% of reservations could be so-called phantom orders, which would be the highest rate in the EV industry. Those that say that Volkswagen is seriously going to be competing with Tesla, well, I would just invite you to watch this video here with me.
Let me show you a few issues that have been really making my ID4 unusable sometimes. Now, granted, from the very beginning, it took a long time for the main screen to boot up. Like it was an old Windows 95 PC. But a lot of times I'd be well out of my neighborhood by the time everything came up. But the biggest, I meant to say this, I just have a mic on the way. The biggest issues that I've had with my car is connecting my phone and then launching the Android Auto. Sometimes it doesn't connect at all, sometimes it connects, but then in the middle of me driving would just disconnect, which is very annoying and even unsafe if I'm trying to follow the navigation. But the most annoying thing that it does many times per each drive is randomly lose sound for no reason. I can listen to a voice note on a WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger, then record a reply, and then try listening to the next one, and boom, the sound is gone. Sometimes the sound comes back, but gets limited to like 20% of the volume, so you can't really hear it. On top of that, and this has started to happen a few months ago, only when I am in the ID4, my phone would overheat to the point of having to shut down unless I jam it into my AC vent to cool it off, which now has become my everyday driving experience. I have changed 3 phones now, and the same thing happens over and over again, but only in the ID4. I have used my phone in other cars, and it works just fine. I mean, I can fry an egg on my phone while driving. Suck it, Rivian drivers. My portable kitchen is free. Did I also mention that the screen sometimes just takes a vacation and goes blank? Or the whole infotainment system just randomly restarts, or sometimes the backup camera stops working, and then what am I supposed to do?
So just imagine going into your car and listening to music and doing whatever you're normally doing in a car, and then sound just disappears, and then you have to go back and try to put the sound back on, and it doesn't work. Like the sound now, it's only at 20% level, so you can't hear anything, and then your phone overheats, and it's only happening when you are charging it in this car. So now you always have to have your AC on, even if it's cold, because your phone is overheating. It's overheating to a point where it's restarting. Wow. Yeah, Tesla is just a what company? They just make iPads on wheels that work as they should work. And you would think that would be all. There are no more issues, but you just watch.
I also get random error messages on the screen, which unfortunately I'm not able to capture for you guys since they go away so fast, but I was able to capture my tire pressure monitor, which for some reason does not display the PSI measurements, telling me my tire pressure was low, while I've verified multiple times that the tire pressure was up to spec. But wait, there is more. Another thing that drives me crazy is when I walk up to my car and it greets me by turning the lights on, which is nice, and then it unlocks my doors, but it doesn't unlock my charging port. So I have to take my fob out and unlock the car again to get the charging cable out. And last but not least, definitely not least, let's talk about the app. Let me take my blood pressure medication first. Now, the app was already redone once and in its second version, but not only it has very few features, but it still takes forever to use any of them. It may take quite some time to get something simple going, like turning the air conditioning on. There have been cases where by the time I got to the car, the app still did not trigger the AC to go on, and I ended up turning it on by hand, very sweaty hand, once already inside. Also, if you try to change the temperature after turning the climate on, the app throws a bunch of error messages because it looks at the temperature change as a completely from scratch separate command. Oh, and get this, you have to log in to the app twice, once into the app and the second time into the actual car. It is insane. I mean, I can probably hire a couple of software engineers off of Fiverr to make a better app over a weekend.
I got a question for you. How many engineers do you think it takes to create such a mess? Let's say maybe I would guess 11, and I would be right. 11,500. In 2019, Volkswagen CEO said that he expects software to make up to 90% of auto industry innovation. If that is true, Volkswagen is doing an interesting job. Not all of these 11,000 employees are working directly on software, but the statement here was that Volkswagen is interested in allowing its vehicles to fit into an owner's digital ecosystem. The keyword here is seamlessly. So how have those comments aged from Volkswagen? Well, like a Russian girl. And there's going to be a lot more drama with the whole Twitter thing. Someone who identified himself as a laid-off Twitter employee carrying a box out of a building this morning does, in fact, not work at Twitter. These are 48 reasons why I only own Tesla stock. My name is Matt Posius, reporting to you from Vancouver, Canada. I will see you later today. Thank you for watching.